Yeah, cheeky monkeys are asking for backup. They've got 2 females fighting, 1 female's lost part of her ear so far.
Yeah, Delta X-ray 95, we're attending cheeky monkeys also.
It's nearly closing time in Hull, and police are on their way to a fight at a city centre bar.
95, can you show us off cheeky monkeys, please?
Scrap and she's bitten part of her ear off.
Bitten her ear off?
Yeah.
Don't put the ice directly on. Yeah, put that in there. Put that in the bottom of the bag. Get it so it's there.
What you need to do is get yourself to hospital, and then on the way, and while you're there, you can get hold of your family, yeah?
Well, we need to get you to hospital and get you sorted, don't we? Because we've got that part of your ear, and there might be a chance that the doctors can do something with it, yeah?
We've got your ear in a jug and an ice, right?
The ear in a jug?
Yeah, it's an ice, right? Get it sewn back on again.
And then after that, we're going to need to know what we're going to do with the girl who we've got detained, don't we?
Well, she's been arrested for wounding, which is a serious assault. What she gets charged with at the end of the day remains to be seen, really. The girl that sat there on the bench got quite a horrific injury, and the officers have already rendered some first aid. We're just waiting for the ambulance to arrive. It's unfortunate it happens. It's happening less and less, but it does still happen.
She was here.
She was at first.
Right.
Then that lass stepped back, hit her, and then the other woman picked up a bottle off the side and smashed it over her head and cut half her ear off. And I saw the ear on the floor, and I'll be honest, I was nearly sick. But that's exactly what happened. Like.
The injured woman is taken to hospital. She's told it will take 2 years of plastic surgery to rebuild her ear. Her attacker is charged with wounding.
A lot of people coming in, sometimes between 20 and 30,000 people on a busy night, and the vast majority of those people are fine. It's just a small minority that drink too much and then start acting in an antisocial manner or become violent, and those are the people that we're out to target and make sure they don't spoil the night for everybody else.
Every weekend, Humberside police face a barrage of booze-related trouble. Alcohol is to blame for 44% of all violent crimes and 2/3 of all weekend admissions to casualty. Because of this, the force has adopted a zero-tolerance policy on all disorderly behaviour in hotspots Hull and Grimsby. They know that early intervention with troublemakers stops more serious incidents happening later. Tonight, DS Kevin Bowe is in charge of the public order team in Grimsby.
We know that a quarter of all our recorded crime is violent crime, and our analysis have looked at the problems within Grimsby specifically and across the division, and that's why through the Tackling Violent Crime programme we're looking at really trying to reduce that violent crime, detect more, and just really be out here in high visibility to let the people know that what we're doing, why we're here, and offer that reassurance perhaps, but also to arrest those that are stepping out of line.
You better go that way, don't you? Because on the way up here we've heard you swearing.
PC Paul Tufnell is one of 10 officers in town tonight. This man is getting his last warning for disorderly behaviour.
No abuse, mate. No
You'll be
abuse.
going home, won't you? No?
Yeah, no. Mate.
That's all you got to do is take a bit of advice. You're not going in there drinking, so there's no point in standing around here, is it?
For me, mate.
All right, well, you'll have to go and wait down there.
No, I won't.
Yeah. Oi, language.
Oh, sorry.
Constant abuse and moaning and whinging all the time. It's really getting on my nerves. Off the river there. What I want you to do is sit here, think about growing up, and have a little chat on yourself. You can wait there for your mates. If you come back up there, I'll lock you up.
Get a lot of public order, which consists of violence, swearing, abusive, people who openly urinate in the street. We've had a real clampdown on that just lately, because it affects everybody's night out. People, at one point, a lot of people stopped coming out into Grimsby because of the violence at night.
Right, but I got a fight, and he punched me, right, but...
It's a lovely Grimsby welcome for you then, yeah?
That's it.
It's gone now.
And he's knackered your top as well, mate. Some daft lad, because he was Scottish, has decided to hit him.
Yep. No, he didn't start to.
Mate, you're really drunk.
I ain't.
We're trying to sort this out with your mate who's been in. He needs to go to the hospital, mate, doesn't he?
I agree with you.
All right.
Get him into a taxi and get him to the hospital, yeah?
Hey, Keep your language down, otherwise you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble. All right? What I suggest is you get in a taxi with your mate, you take him to the hospital, and you calm yourself down.
Carl,
all right?
Piss me off the way everyone fucking...
Language.
Carl.
Last one.
No.
Meanwhile, this group are on their last warning for swearing.
That's how soft it is. I've done nothing. I've done nothing, I swore.
We're sending it to the doorman because the doorman wear waistcoats.
Mate, the easiest thing would be just to go home. But it won't going to happen, mate. And I suggest that's the best thing you can do.
I'll tell you this.
It's the most minor public order. All right.
You've been warned, all right?
The man's night on the tiles ends with a night in a cell and a sobering £80 fine.
Anything on you, have you? No. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Where's your mobile?
Right, mate. Carl, too much to drink.
Just watch your head.
Thank you.
Get in. There you go. Just take a seat. Be there in a moment.
Thank you.
He was ejected from the Walkabout public house. He wasn't very happy with the door staff. He was arguing with them. We intervened, tried to usher him away. He was warned several times to stop swearing at us, and in the end, DC Bullock arrested him for swearing, which is Section 5 of Public Order Act. He'll be probably kept in the cells until the morning when he's sobered up. By his own admission, he's had quite a lot to drink tonight. He was quite compliant with us. He wasn't arguing with us. He wasn't violent in any way, but his language and his behaviour let him down, really.
30 miles away in Hull, police have a secret weapon to keep a close eye on the city's drinkers. This state-of-the-art council-run CCTV centre is one of the biggest in the country, recording live images from over 200 cameras. CCTV has become an invaluable tool in assisting Hull police on the ground.
We use it very, very proactively. We use it to keep an eye on what's going on in the streets. There are numerous cameras around the city, over 200 cameras. A lot of them are within the city centre, and they see a lot of stuff that we don't see, and they direct us to it. They see it, they capture the evidence, we go down and we give them people an £80 fixed penalty fine. That's what they can expect, that's what they'll get.
Tonight, PC Craig Atkin is in the control room. He's directing officers to a man he's just seen urinating in the street.
Tell those officers to turn left now. He's all in blue with white trainers, just walking past the red car. He's now running.
Roger, I think I've seen him now.
We've just got you on CCTV camera.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I live in Beefurpish, have I? I live in Beefurpish.
Locked up, if you don't walk, by me. Off you go. The pair of you. Do one now. Do one now.
Right, you were seen by CCTV, right? Urinating in Hammond's doorway.
In Hammond?
Hammond's doorway.
I don't think so. They can take me for
The outnumbered officers warn the rest of the group to calm down or face being arrested themselves.
You understand that for public order? One more. Walk. One more.
If you want to dispute the claim, you can do.
Don't know. I know you can do it. Shut up, fucking...
Go away. Go away.
One of the group who didn't calm down is arrested, but then he decides to make a run for it.
You're running after this lad. The patrol able to assist. Got a runner from X-ray 95 heading South Street towards Grimsby Street. 15. We're following him on CCTV. Any other patrol to assist is heading down Jameson Street towards British Home Stars. 95 in the van. He's just going past the old Fletchers, crossing over towards British Home Stars. He's going to go through to Albion Street car park.
The man hasn't realised his every step is being followed by CCTV, but he keeps on going, even when a police van pulls up.
I'll patrol with him now, over.
No, you haven't. There he is. There he is.
His right to freedom doesn't last long, as police block the car park exit behind these trees, and he's rearrested for public disorder.
Without the CCTV, he would have been lost. There was no doubt about it. Unless the officer could have detained him, who was initially in foot pursuit, he would have been lost in the streets of Hull.
It sounds like there's been an assault inside the pub or the nightclub. You see him there, he's covered in blood. It's a case now of speaking to him, obviously, and then speaking to the staff here and see if we can find out who's responsible for what's gone on. Looks like he might be in need of an ambulance. I'll just go and have a look. You're going to have a skeg at him, are you?
Yeah, just go clean him up.
Oh.
There you go. Good fella, come on. He's a bit tearful at the minute, so we're just trying to see if we can get a description really of the people responsible.
We spoke to the door staff, they can't offer us any suggestions who's done it. None of them witnessed it, obviously. It's packed in there, so it may have just been a 2-minute scuffle and that's been it over with. I've just spoke to the bouncers, mate, and they've said that they don't know anything about it. Well, listen, mate, what we'll do is look at the CCTV tomorrow.
No, I'm going, mate.
Mike, give me a
Shove it. No,
well, then they're going to get away with it, aren't they?
Yeah. They always do, mate. They get away with it all the time.
In the morning,
I've waited for this long, for this, and it's not worth it.
If he's not bothered, Stacey, then we can't do that about it, can we? He's had a nasty cut to the head. I don't think he's thinking quite straight. We tried to persuade him to let us take some crime report details off him, and he doesn't want to know. He wants to go home, and that's the end of it. He's not very happy, but we can't make people complain at the end of the day.
Just as the team is about to move on, 2 men are spotted urinating against a wall. They're taken to the police van, and for spending a penny in public, they're each fined £80.
It's a public order offence, all right. So first of all, I have to caution you. You don't have to say anything, but in the hand defence, if you don't mention that question, somebody later in the car.
Both caught urinating up against the church wall around the other side there, so they'll be dealt with by way of fixed penalty ticket, £80. It's an instant ticket, they've got 21 days to pay it. If they don't pay it within 21 days, it goes up again by half, and they get summons to court. So it's an expensive night out for them, really.
His camera's head right. Okay. You was all stood here. How can you see somebody urinating off from over there?
There was plenty of us, all right.
You're forgetting about CCTV, mate, aren't you?
What, you can do it as quick as that?
That's all I'll say to you. Absolutely.
I might be pissed, but I'm not that
absolutely.
They came here to arrest a man for fighting, but they arrested a man for having a pee. There's a big difference.
There's so much trouble in this club every week. Week in,
He's not been arrested, mate, has he?
But might as well be. You know, what's policing all about these days? Arresting burglars, drug addicts, not somebody having a pee.
Clamping down on antisocial behaviour.
Oh, yeah, antisocial behaviour. Somebody having a pee behind a tree.
We're not going to allow people to come into the city centre and do exactly what they want, which is to drink a lot, then come out on the streets and urinate, to be antisocial and to commit violent crime. Those people we will target, and we will have early intervention and lock them up at the earliest opportunity.
You all right, mate?
Trying to get her a taxi, but no one will take her. She's been sick.
They won't do, will they? Is she a friend of yours, is she?
It's my girlfriend.
All right, well, you're going to look after her then, are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking after her.
Nice
Trying to get her home. On the end.
Why is it just too much drink? Yeah.
Too much vodkas and that, like vodka Red Bull.
That's it, innit? What you do, that's what you come round town for, innit? To get
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, don't you?
At least I can
Not
make
like
it
that,
home.
no.
Not like this.
Yeah.
That's my mum, if you don't mind.
Okay. You're all right, mate.
Can you look after her then? She's in a bit of a pickle with herself, isn't she? All right. Good.
No taxi will take her. Oh, man.
People go out with the intention of getting off the faces, as we've seen with that girl that was knelt down by the car there. I mean, a friend openly admitted he hadn't had a good night until he get into a state like that. I think it's the mentality thing more than anything else. And plus, the pubs stay open a lot longer than they used to do, and beer and alcohol pops are a lot cheaper than they ever was. So the opportunity's there. If you've got the state of mind and the mindset to go out and get absolutely inebriated and off your face, then you can do. And I think that's the culture, especially with the younger people of today. Is that's why they go out with their intention to do. And until they change that sort of mindset, it's going to continue.
Well, you've made one mistake then, haven't you? Deciding to get married. So don't get making two.
Over in Grimsby, it's nearly 2 a.m. and police are preparing for their busiest hour as people flood out the nearby clubs.
The next 10-15 minutes, you'll see how the riverhead itself changes. All the taxi ranks and that down the bottom and all the restaurants will all start to get full, and you have just a massive, in excess of probably 2,000 people all mingling around, trying to move them on. Please, some aren't happy, some are happy. And that can last for an hour after, until everybody's actually gone out the area.
It's not long before PC Tufnell gets his first arrest of the night, but not before a chase. The man, who'd been heard shouting abuse at the police, has to be held down by 3 officers to get him handcuffed.
Don't struggle, I'll be better for you.
I ain't done nothing wrong.
Right, mate, stand up, or it's just going to hurt you, right? Stand up calmly.
Hey, come on, mate, you don't want to You've got your opportunity, if you're going to do it now.
Oh, yeah? Give me the chance, you bastard. What?
Calm down. Sit in the back of the van. Listen to me, it's easier if you cooperate with us, right? Hang on. On you, I know. No, no, Jed. You need to ask for me. No, it's not. Step up in the van.
He's a bit tired.
Sit down.
Guys come through the crowd, start to be abusive, swearing at us, using foul language. Give him a warning and he's just continued doing it. Then he's made gestures in the street towards us. When he's turned, I've run after him, got hold of him. He's then tried to make off, but luckily for us, a member of the public tripped him up as he was running away. He's fell on the floor. He's then struggled with 3 of us on the floor. Because he's in drink and he's tensed up, we've all had to struggle with him on the floor, managed to get him handcuffed. He's also got injured himself in the incident. So we need to go and book him in at custody now. Happy days.
The officers take him back to the station, where he's given a fixed penalty notice for public disorder. Minutes later, someone is seen struggling in the ice-cold water, and PC Kevin Palmer has no choice but to go in after him.
I'm holding on for a hero to the end of the night. Take him to the ladder!
It takes 3 officers 5 minutes to get the man onto dry land.
A couple of passers-by said that they saw a guy jump in, want to kill himself. Looked in the water. We get a lot of people that jump in and mess around. I saw him going under, he was taking a lot of water in, so he was drowning. So I had to go in and get him. So I got going, pulled him to the side and we got him out.
An ambulance crew arrives to take over from the police. The man, still shivering, is taken straight to hospital. Back on the street, police take charge of the mounting chaos.
Why am I? What did I do? Did you get your phone?
Walk away from me. Walk away. Now, you have no business there. Walk away. Hey, mate. Very punch or what? Right.
She ran at me. She ran at me. She ran at me.
This woman is arrested in the commotion. Her friends start to obstruct the police and risk getting arrested themselves.
Right, section 5 from the corner warning for you.
Oh, you're right, mate, easy.
Get out of the way now! Move now! She's locked up!
You're joking.
Section 5, get off, mate. Go away now! Go away! Go away!
The group ignores the police call for calm, and one by one, 5 people are arrested for disorderly behaviour and put into the prison van.
I'll explain later. Right, you've been arrested for disorderly behaviour. Yeah?
I've been playing.
He's doing it on the camera. He's doing it on the camera.
Right, I've had enough of it now. No, she's arrested. Right, I know what we're arrested.
Chill out, mate. Right, you might have yourself an hernia or something.
Stop moving them around. We're going to tighten up on it. An officer in the course of his duty has arrested somebody. Your chap has come along and he's obstructed that officer, therefore he's under arrest for that offence. That's what he'll be dealt with for.
It's been successful, and when the incidents have arisen, we've had plenty of staff to deal with it effectively and quickly. What you often don't see is the fact that we stopped most fights. You know, we nip it in the bud before it develops into anything serious, and that's exactly why we're here, really, prevent the serious assaults.
The night draws to a close with only one serious assault in both Hull and Grimsby. And next weekend, the police will be back out to do it all again to make Humberside a safer place to party.